Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Caleb Ray, you are you, and we are going to make this sheath for Big Brother Bowie. So we have this very dangerous Bowie knife. We want it to look like this. How do we do that? First thing we need is leather and or kydex, whichever you prefer. I prefer leather because it's natural material and it's easier to work with and you don't have to heat it up and it looks better. That's my reasons. We need a way to cut the leather. I use a knife. Now we have a more or less straight line. So now we can lay our knife on here, sketch around the edge, nice and smooth. And we'll come around here, 3 1/4 here, and 2 3/4 on this end, so we can make that a lot smaller. Smooth and straight, smooth and straight. We can cock it in just a touch, because it'll still fit and it'll kind of match the contour of the blade, which always looks good. And then cut it out. Now we create a duplicate of that straight line. Copy it on. Create a duplicate. Now that I have 3 that are the same size, I'm going to mark my holes, and then I'm going to punch my holes. Okay, our first hole. I'm going to re-poke these lower holes because it doesn't poke all the way through. And you want to have the holes all the way through or it's going to be an absolute pain to sew. Now we wax the leather. And then we heat it up. Now we're going to cut out the middle part to create the third piece because we don't want to keep all that thickness in there. There we go. Now this side. Now we have that exactly the size we need it. Now we're actually going to cut the belt loop out of this piece because I don't want to waste any material. I found I'm more accurate marking it with pencil and then cutting it out. Poke, poke, mark, mark. Mark, mark, poke, poke. Now I'm going to wax this piece. Now we sew it up, but I don't have this tied. I actually have it just bent over and waxed to keep it through, and that makes it go through a lot easier when you're going through leather. If you're going through fabric, you can do it just fine tying a knot, but this way in leather you can't. It's just too hard. Go through them in one of these secondary threads. Holes, I mean, and then through in the corner, and don't quite pull it in, and then we tuck that into the center, and go around, through the hole, something's wrong, and occasionally, you go through the wrong hole. Now I'm going to tie it off, stamp these holes, mark it first. Accuracy is everything with these threads. Now I have not quite a wingspan's worth, like stretch your arms out, of thread here, because if you do more than that, it's really hard to sew and you just waste time. It's not enough to do the entire thing, so I'm going to end up tying it off somewhere in here and then doing another strip, but it's going to save me a lot of time in the long run, pulling this thread all the way through. I go through here, and here, and pull it. That's where the wingspan things come in, and through there. Now we go through this hole, and pull it through, and this will get easier as they start getting lined up a little bit nicer. This is going to be a riot to pull this needle through all these layers. Boom, first thread. Now that's sewn up, we're going to wax the edges.
watched this entire video and you still aren't subscribed, you didn't like it, and you aren't even going to comment. It's just plain rude. Anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.